Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, a big mahalo, a big welcome to you. Today is going to be a short video. I'm talking about why my library books are frustrating me at the moment. As you know, this is Jane Austen July, or you might not know, but I have so many wonderful books that I want to read. However, I'm not able to read them, and I'll tell you why. I'm doing a very close and intense buddy read at the moment of this wonderful book, The Tin Flute by Gabrielle Roy. And I'm doing it with Lindy at Lindy's Magpie Reads. Yeah. And it's just a wonderful experience because she knows so much about Canada. She lives in Canada. She was born in Canada. And this takes place in Canada. And I don't have time for all the library books that I'm reading. I own this book. So I think that sometimes when you take a library book out, you feel the pressure that you have to return it. So that's what's frustrating me right now. And I'm also reading a book, The Unexpected Inheritance of Inspector Chopra by Vaseem Khan. And every page is reminding me of our dear Janelle of Too Fond of Books, because she loved this series so much. And I'm reading this to honor her, but I'm also getting so much pleasure out of reading what she read and imagining her giggling, because it's kind of funny as well as being a mystery. It's really a good book, but I love it because it reminds me of Janelle. I know she always talked about this series, and the fact that I'm reading it, I feel almost like I'm reading it together with her, if that makes any sense. However, these two commitments, and I know I made these commitments, voluntarily, are keeping me from other books that I wanted to read for Jane Austen July and other books. So let me just talk about the beautiful book that I got from the library, Sense and Sensibility. This is the only Jane Austen book that I haven't reread. I saw the movie, I read it before, but I haven't reread this book. And it's beautiful. And I'm hoping by the end of July to start it, but it's due on August 10th. So that frustrates me because, first of all, I want this copy. I want to buy this copy. And I think I will. So I'm not sure if I'm going to actually start this or buy a copy of this. Okay, so another book that I got out of the library is also Sense and Sensibility, but it's a manga. I should know that. I lived in Japan for a while. And I haven't read many mangas, but ever since I joined Booktube, I've been reading more, more comics, as we used to call them. And this is Experience Classic Tales in manga format. And it really looks good. I mean, it's the photos, the illustrations are done with black ink. I'm trying to see if I don't know too much about illustrated books, but I'm beginning to like them. And this one looks really interesting. So I wanted to get to that, but it's a library book and I can't renew it. Another book that I had for Jane Austen July. Now this one I really can't read, but I can read a few of her letters. And this is Jane Austen's Letters. And it's collected and edited by Deirdre Le Faye. And I didn't even know about Jane Austen's letters until I joined Booktube. But I think I'm going to start reading a few of these letters before the time is up for me to return it. And I forgot to mention, this says Manga Classics, but it doesn't. It's art by Po Tai. Story adaptation by Stacey King. I just wanted to mention that. And a couple of books that I talked about last time that I can't get to for different reasons. One was This Immense World that I talked about. And that really hurt me because I was loving, I read the first chapter and I really loved it. And I talked about it my last video. It's about the different life cycles of animals and how, and interesting tidbits about how animals affect the planet, how we are intertwined with animals. That's what I got out of it in the just by the short reading that I did. But I'm definitely either going to take it out of the library when I come back from my vacation. More about that later. Then this is another one that really gets me, Kingdom of Women. I'm so interested in this, and I'm hoping to read this before I leave on vacation because I was always interested in this particular group and other groups that live near the Himalayas and are these tribes are headed by women, and women make all the decisions, and it's something that's going down because of tourism and other reasons. It's not going to be here for long. I hope not. I hope that it stays because I think women can be in charge of things, and we've shown that. So yay for this Kingdom of Women. And this is by Choo, Waihong. And she's from China, and she actually went to live in this village. So I really want to read it. Some books that weren't as successful. Another book that I don't think that Janelle from Too Fond of Books read this, but she did present it in one of her videos, and it's The Case of the Missing Servant by Tarquin Hall, and it's also a mystery set in India. But is it set in India? Yes, in Delhi. So what turned me off about this book is that they had so many characters that were introduced in the beginning, and I just said, no, I'm not, with a glossary in the back. I just felt that by introducing the characters so fast, I wasn't able to latch on to any one of them and feel that I wanted to continue this book. So this was a DNF. Another DNF was Elizabeth Gilbert's City of Girls, and I think I talked about that. I enjoyed Eat, Pray, Love for the travel aspects of it. But her other book I hated, and this one I just DNF'd it was about a letter, and that kind of turned me off. And yeah, I just don't like Elizabeth Gilbert's writing, not for me. So yeah, I DNF'd, and I DNF'd another book for another reason, The Bandit Queens, because it said it goes from humor to horror pretty quickly. And even though it's a good book, and this is by byParini, Shroff, and it's all over Booktube. I don't think I'm in the right headspace to read this now. I'd rather read Jane Austen if I have time. So let me just talk about the frustration of library books. I love libraries. I've loved them all my life. And to say that I'm frustrated by library books, I think is a Booktube thing, because I used to take out library books and I was able to read them, return them, and still buy a few books of my own. But now it seems, because of Booktube, trying to read more widely, and also try to get I'm getting so many recommendations that I'm saying, oh, my library has this, let me get it. So I'm greedy for books. And this is causing me to become thwarted and frustrated because I can't read that fast. I don't want to read that fast. So as I said, I'm going on vacation next month. And my next video is going to be, I'm going to pick one book to take with me. And I want you guys to help. But as for Jane Austen July, yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to be a complete fail, because I'm hoping to do something to read some Jane Austen, because I love Jane Austen. Jane Austen was author that made me happy when I was going through a rough time in my 30s. And it was delightful. And I've had so much fun with Jane Austen July these last 3 years. So anyway, I'm going to end this video by saying like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. And I will see you soon in another video. And until then, stay well, stay happy, and aloha.